where I can without looking at a recipe. Okay, so that usually happens. Not always, but baking is not my strong point, but food, yeah, I can do it. All right. So Dr. Dalmia, would you introduce yourself and tell us a fun fact about you?
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Datta. Hey, so my name is Manoj Dalmia. I don't tend to be very formal. I'm a pediatric anesthesiologist by training. As you can probably tell from my accent, I was born in the U.S. I actually did not go to any international medical school. I trained in the U.S. Both for undergrad medical school and residency and fellowship. But me and Dr. Datta connected. For me, mentorship is really super important. When I was in residency, I ended up having fellow colleagues that were international medical grads, and honestly, they were probably the most impressive or amongst the most impressive in my class. So one thing that I always felt really strongly about is that about supporting international medical graduates, because I've done work in Ethiopia and India, and the physicians that I've worked with were absolutely many of them were really, really impressive. And so one thing that I really try to encourage the international medical grads that work with me is saying that you don't realize how impressive you are. I think that a lot of times people feel like, oh, we're at a disadvantage because we didn't train in the US, but I think that the supposed disadvantages can be tremendously advantageous if you actually approach it the correct way. And just to also add on to what Dr. Patel was saying in terms of clinical research and continuing it throughout your careers, I'll say this because I also have a lot of friends who are MDs, but because they have this experience with clinical research, they're also able to get into jobs if they decide that they don't want to continue clinical practice. They can, it presents tons of opportunities in terms of pharma, biotech, et cetera. So just there's a lot of benefit associated with that. So fun fact for me, I also love food. And if you could see my belly, you would know that I love food. But my thing is that I actually am a Wine and Spirit Education Trust Level 4 Diploma in Wines candidate, which there's only about, when you graduate, there's about 10,000 people in the world that have what's called the DIPW set. And I'm actually in that process of becoming very super knowledgeable in wine. So, we ever meet and anyone likes wine, let's do it up. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dalmia. So I hope everybody has a drink in their hand because it's supposed to be a party. I see Dr. Dalmia has one. So this is why we—
Sparkling water. I thought about having a beer, but I didn't.
Sure. Okay. So, all right, let's start with you introducing yourself and then just saying your graduation, how the mentorship helped you, and then a quick fun fact about yourself. Okay, so I'm going to pick on Dr. Miguel, and let's hear it, Dr. Miguel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Miguel Pareja. I'm originally from Colombia. I did my medical school there. Then I graduated in 2014 and didn't do stellarly in my USMLE Step 1, Step 2 CK, but I did pass them in my first attempt. I immigrated to the US in 2017 and started working at Mayo Clinic as a postdoc research fellow. This was actually my third time applying for residency. And then one of my friends had worked with Residency Success the previous cycle and she matched. So I reached out to Dr. Datta and started working with them. And for me, what really helped me was organizing my application. Those are things that really seemed, you should know it. It should be common sense, how to write a CV, how to organize your thoughts, what things to write, to not write, how to prepare for questions, how to answer the questions, how to reach out before, during, and after the process. All those things seemed that you should know them, but you really don't. There are really deep intricacies on how the game works. The rules of the game are not out there. A lot of them are unspoken. So to me, that's what helped me the most. I did end up matching to my second choice, pediatrics in New York. So now I'm ready for that Fun fact about me, I am a graduate capoeirista. So capoeira is, for those of you who don't know, a game from Brazil that combines martial art, music and acrobatics, and gymnastics. So there's basically three levels: the graduate level, the professorship level, and then the master level. These are very rough translations from the Portuguese. So I did complete my first level, and then the rest of the levels require a lot of teaching. So I'm working towards that, and it would require me creating a group and mentoring a group for capoeira here. So if anyone wants to join,
I'll
let's do
join.
that.
Need to get into shape after getting a belly myself for staying up late nights and mentoring all these students. So thank you, Miguel. Miguel's actually the most polite person that you will ever meet. And he also has a very interesting fish in the background. Maybe he'll tell us about it later. So let's go to Dr. Juan, who is a product of both Research Update as well as Residency Success. So he's unique in this part and many other ways. I love all his fun facts, so hopefully he'll share it with you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Data and Dr. Patel. Yes, my name is Fernando. I am from Ecuador. I graduated in 2019, so just 2 years ago. My scores were just a little bit above the mean, you know, and we don't scores 50% match and 50% don't match. So to make sure I match, I try to make a good CV. So I did a lot of rotations. I did do a lot of publications with Dr. Patel. With Dr. Patel, I did like 15 publications, a lot. So, and you know, Dr. Patel helped a lot, but it also is up to you how you work. Dr. Patel can write all the publications for you, right? Beyond that, fun fact, I have a neurology podcast, and I think that was the highlight of my application. You know, because that is unique, and that's what programs look for, things that are unique about you. And yes, and beyond that, I've been trying to get into shape. As soon as I get the email of matching, I was in the gym that day, and the next day, just a lot of time to recover. And yeah, and I don't know, some advice, people should try to be passionate in the applications, and people have to see it. A lot of people have good applications, but you need some guidance, like Resident Success. What Miguel was saying about the CV is very important, you know. There's a lot of people who don't get interviews because the CV looks horrible, you know, and your CV is is the way you present to the programs. It has to be good, and you need someone who actually see it for you. And the personal statement, everything is important.
So the fun thing is about Kwan is we call him publication factory. Okay, so every other week or every other month he's coming with one of the idea, and he's coming with all the thing after learning the whole course. Every single time I have noticed him with the different type of challenge, and then making sure that he make a team, he lead the team, he publish it, not only publish, he's one of few candidate who even attended API conference, American Association Physician of Indian origin, and being non-Indian won the prize. So so this is like I feel it's a really good example that if you really wants to match, I feel there is no boundary. You can go to market yourself anywhere, like literally anywhere where you get the opportunity. So that's what we believe, that not only making profile, improving and presenting the profile, and also presenting and sell your CV when it comes to marketing yourself. So that's a great example. Kun is the great example of that one.
Yeah, and I'm especially proud because he's going to be my neurology colleague now. So this is even more exciting for me. And Dr. Juan stalked me at the API conference a little bit, but that was okay. We're friends now. So let's give him a big round of applause, guys. He really worked hard. And same for Miguel. That's amazing. Okay, great job. All right, let's go to, and I don't know all of your candidates, Dr. Naga.
Mhm.
Hello everyone, my name is Naga. I'm originally from India. So currently I'm living in Flagsburg, Maryland. I'm master in internal medicine at St. Mary Medical Center, Langhorne. This is my second cycle applying. I graduated in the year 2016. I came to US in 2018 and started my USMLE journey. I would definitely say that I started my journey not even with zero knowledge, with minus 100 or minus 150 knowledge. I cleared my path, but there is no literally guidance because none of my college seniors were in this path. Like even if a couple people were there was no proper information. All I thought was like just clear exams or write exams, prepare for your world, and then that will be a helpful thing. But that was not the case. So I cleared last season. Then I totally understood. Okay, this is not how I have to play this game. Through one of my mentors, I got to know about research update. My Dr. Patel, I started working with his team. Then I totally understand how I should prepare my CV, how I should, market myself. As he always says, like you should market for yourself, you should vouch for yourself. That's how I started doing. And then, yeah, this all with working with him and his team. That was one of the best things that happened to me during my USMLE journey. One of my projects, like as I was a leader of my abstract got selected among 1,100 public submissions for AME Research Challenge in the top 5. I got to present it on YouTube and then I got to do a podcast. So that helped me a lot during my interview. That helped me to break the ice and then impress all the panel people. So yeah, I'm here much and happy to share my story with you all. And the thing is that I do have a red flag of CS attempt, but still I was able to do all this because of research and upgrading my CV and organizing in structurally. So that's all about me. And then the fun fact, I'm a, like stationery freak. I have like bundles of pens, paper, everything. Every time I go to a store, I come with like at least like a bag of stationery stuff. My whole closet is done with stationery, and my husband is like, now I can't move all this stuff to a new place. That's about me.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yep, congratulations,
Yeah,
Thank
Naga.
you.
And she,
Thank you
Congratulations.
so much.
Give her a round of applause. That's amazing. Even having a red flag that you can overcome it. You know, a lot of this journey is mental, right? You guys know
Yes.
that this is a mental marathon. But if you know how it is when you're on crutches, right? So one can be the support research update and the other one can be residency success. If you have one, you can still kind of get around, but it's not as good. All
Yeah.
right. So just imagine that. Imagine that.
I would definitely say this. I was never ready to say that I had a red flag because that was the first time I ever failed in my entire career. So this is the first time I have this courage to like tell about this in front of everyone.
which is a huge
Absolutely.
success, you know.
Courage to tell us that you're a
Yeah.
stationary recruiter. So that's amazing too, like.
Yeah, and I would say this is that just remember that, and again, just like what Dr. Datta said, it's so much of it is mental. Don't look at things as red flags, as weaknesses or failures. Look at them as, okay, these are obstacles to overcome, and there are opportunities for growth. And honestly, a lot of the mindset is going to help you in terms of moving forward, so that you don't feel that you're coming from a disadvantage, but you're using it as a learning opportunity. Because medicine is all about lifelong learning. You're going to have challenges, and it's a matter of, can you overcome those challenges? So remember that.
Yes, if I can do this, anyone can do this.
That's amazing. Yeah, and speaking of just piggybacking of what Naga and Dr. Damia just said is that we are still in the background there. We are mentoring other residents that are freaking out. They're like, oh, I'm going to be starting residency. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're working with them, like Dr. Damia, other members of our team, every week, getting them ready how to excel in residence. Okay, they may be your colleagues and they hit the ground and they're like, pew, and you're like, my God, what is this person doing that I'm not? They're working with us, they'll never tell you, right? It's not something we really advertise. Also, we're helping people once they're PGY 1 or 2 to kind of target their applications towards fellowship. So think ahead, think ahead. The last minute people, yeah, they can make it, but usually not as easily as the people who plan ahead. Okay. All right, let's go to Dr. Saher. She's a very, very, very optimistic and pleasant personality, so we'd love to hear from her.
Hello, everyone. And especially, I would like to begin with congratulating everyone here. And a special thanks to Dr. Datta. I would start from the day when I had completed my steps and I was feeling lost. And I was like looking at options like who is going to tell me what to do next now. It was way probably like June 2021. And I was like, okay, I've taken my steps now. What should I do next? You know, okay, I've signed up for telemedicine rotations. Like I was stuck in Canada. I couldn't go to the United States for any hands-on clinical experience. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? How do I make my application impressive? And I happened like, it came like a blessing to me. I ended up listening to a podcast that was done with Dr. Datta, and she went through her journey and how she got inspired to help everyone else. And like she iterated her experiences, her hurdles, and how she overcame them. And now that she's in a, like, mashallah, like she's in such a good position to help everyone else, that really inspired me. And I felt like, okay, this person is going to understand exactly what I am going through. And probably she knows where to steer me. So I reached out, even though I didn't know I was directly speaking to her, but she answered the call and I told her my situation. And she's like, definitely, you know, we know what you're going through and we are here to help. And just a bit about my background, previous years, like throughout medical school and after graduation, I have tried to keep myself very active. I've always tried to be, you know, my parents always pushed me to be a good student. They wanted me to excel, so I was always working. And then there came a point in my life, I don't want to go into the details, but I have hit the rock bottom of my life. Like a lot of things were happening, a lot of personal issues were happening, and I had lost my confidence. I knew I had it in me. I knew, like, you know, I had the ability to be a good doctor and to be a doctor in the United States, but I had just lost the confidence to open my mouth and sell myself or, you know, bring the best out in me. And at that point of time, the words Dr. Datta told me was really, really like motivating. That kind of gave me sort of like a hope. So to me, it was like a sign from the providence to reach out to Residency Success. And I'm so happy that I did that. And at that point of time, I didn't even have, sorry to say that, I didn't even have the money to pay for that subscription. But after that, I was like, I'm telling you, the day you match, like you're going to get all the money within the first month. So think ahead, like, you know, you're going to invest. This is going to be a good investment. So yeah, I mean, with a lot of difficulties, I came through, and Residency Success helped me. You know, we all know, like, they helped us through every step of the application, how to write. And I also want to specially thank Dr. Davis. I remember it was the submission day and it was like 11:30 in the night and he was still like reading through every word of my ILRAS application. So that takes a lot. It was 1.5 hours that he spent with me. And I was so nervous, like my heart was pounding. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. This is the last thing. So, but he was there. And Dr. Armstrong, she was there. Her monthly, like bi-weekly inspirational emails were like a booster for my like motivation. And I think like there's so many things I need to thank Residency Success for. I mean, it definitely helped me. So that in turn, I mean, I would say that Residency Success helped me in that sense. Just to let you guys know where I come from, I'm basically from Hyderabad, from India, but I was born in Saudi Arabia. And after like I completed my graduation, I did a bit of preventive cardiology, a fellowship, and then I was practicing in a cardiology tertiary center. I worked for 4 years there. I moved to Saudi Arabia in the same hospital that I was born in. And I was working there for 3 years as a first on-call specialist there. And then I moved to Canada. As soon as I came to Canada, COVID hit and I couldn't pursue any US clinical experiences. So I sat down to take my steps. I was like I am an old graduate. I graduated in 2013, but the thing was that I constantly tried to keep myself like rolling. Like I did not have a lot of gaps in my CV. Yes, I did sit down to take my steps, but I was also doing tele-rotation. So that's a tip for anyone who's trying to like figure out how they're going to study at the same time get experience. Yes, a lot of family support.
For the tele-rotations, because we're still wondering if that would be helpful for
Yes.
people during the time of COVID, and it seems to be. Okay. Tell us a fun fact about you, because we have to move on to somebody who's in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Fun fact, I mean, I'm a tea lover, so I can like make 25 different types of teas. And this is not just a statement, it's already tried and tested. A lot of people love the way I make tea, and I would love to serve you all one day.
Hey, awesome. Thank you, Sahar. Big round of applause for you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Let's move on to Dr. Abbas.
Okay. Hi everyone. Am I audible? Okay. Okay. So my name is Abbas. I'm from Kuwait. I did my medical school in the United Arab Emirates, and I graduated in the year 2018. At that time, I haven't done my steps yet because I didn't know where I want to do my residency. So 1 year later, 2 years later, I decided that I want to continue in the United States or Canada. This is why I did all the exams. I finished my step 1 and step 2, and I finished the Canadian exam. And fortunately, I got accepted at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada. And I will be starting my residency next June. And the reason why I approached the research update organization is because I have a passion for research, but I didn't have guidance on how to conduct my own papers or how to critically analyze any papers. So Dr. Patil has really helped me through that process. And even though he did also help me through the application process itself, and he gave me some tips on the interview. And I like how everyone here, they just agree that matching system is a game. And this is the mindset I had. This is a game. When I'm going through it, I either win or I have to do it again. And the second thing that I had in my mind is that it's all about how you market yourself and how you sell yourself as a product. I mean, we're all humans, but when it comes to residency and matching, you're at the end a product for them, and how you sell yourself to them. These two mindsets, I think they were the reasons I got accepted. And one fun fact about me is I have a very big family. I have 64 siblings, and and the reactions in your faces, I think this is why I got accepted, because they had the same reactions at the interview. And I'm the only doctor in the family. Thank you.
So
Thank you,
Dr. Abbas
Wow,
is,
those must be fun family get-togethers, I can imagine.
yep, Dr. Abbas is one of
Yeah.
my favorite student, or one of my favorite candidate, because I never have confidence on me that is that any possibility to match in Canada. The Canadian residency system is way more competitive than US residency system. So I was like, everyone who's with us, they apply for Canada and US sometime, both time, but chances of matching in US is way higher than Canada. But he is the one of the exception who created this history. So similarly, we are having, like, we teach some of the US applicants, UK applicants, MRCP, MRCS candidates, some of the Canadian applicants. So clinical research is same everywhere, right? But he is having that hope that, you know, I can do it in Canadian system as well. So when he matched, he was like one of the first candidate of ours that with whom we work, who prove that even in Canada, if you work hard, then there is a possibility of matching there. So yep, congratulations, Abbas. It's great to have you, because he's also planning to have the mentorship for more students going for research and this career and this path.
Yes, absolutely. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Abbas. And you know, we know where to who to call when we go to Canada now. So
Sure. And thank you so much, Dr. Patel.
yeah, thank you. Let's try to keep the intros a little bit shorter. And fun facts. I'm going to also introduce two other members of our residency success powerhouse team, Dr. Raj, as well as Dr. Krithi. Dr. Raj is in Columbus right now. Sorry, we had a brain please for a second. Columbus, in his second year of residency. He previously did a HEMONC fellowship. He's a graduate of Ames, as well as the product of MD Anderson. So we're very, very proud of him. He's one of our superstars. Dr. Krithi is graduating from her residency at Hackensack and moving on to being an attending in Seattle. So internal medicine. So we're so happy that they're part of our team, and you'll be meeting them or your friends if you decide to join us. Let's go to Dr. Anna. Please tell us about yourself, a little bit about your journey, and then fun fact.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ana Patricia Rivera, and I'm originally from Nicaragua. I went to medical school there, and I graduated in 2018. One fun fact about myself is that when I was a child, I wanted to be an architect, and that like awakened my passion for design. And later that opened doors for me, because I ended up getting an intern position in residency success. And I think that had a lot to do with me matching. I did match through SOAP, so that was more challenging. And I think residency success helped me a lot with the preparation of my application, because I thought that it was a little bit, my application was a little bit rushed. I took step 2 in August, and I had to take it to be ready for September to apply. So Dr. Davis helped me a lot, preparing my personal statement and helping me to search for the right programs to apply. And I ended up getting 3 interviews during the main residency cycle. And one thing that I do regret is not taking fully advantage of working for residency success with the interview preparation. Dr. Data did tell me that I had to work on some things, and I was so overwhelmed because my application was rushed. I tried to add more things to my CV last minute, so I didn't prepare well for my interviews, and I unfortunately did not match. Then I contacted Dr. Data, and during SOAP, I got other interviews. So she helped me a lot. She gave me advice. And also I have like a last minute interview prep with Dr. Manoj, which opened my eyes a lot about a lot of things that I was doing wrong. And I just went to my interview feeling very confident and not repeating the same mistakes that I did during the main cycle, so that I matched through SOAP, and I'm so happy and grateful to all of you. And I look forward to continue working with Residency Success.
Thank you, Anna. Let's give her.
Congrats, Anna.
Thank you, Doctor.
And I think Anna, as well as, we'll go to Priya next. They know we're a little tough on our candidates, okay? Dr. Patel always gets feedback that I'm pretty tough, right? So the thing is, look, you're gonna be in like a military zone, which is residency, all right? It's like Navy SEAL type tactics they use on you to make you mentally strong. If you're not gonna, you can't handle me, I mean, what are you gonna do? All right, so if you come out the other side and don't cry, because there's plenty of people that cry when I work, I think you're ready. All right, so let's go to Anu George, Dr. Anu.
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Anu George. I'm originally from India. I graduated from Kerala in 2019 and I moved to United States and I started preparing for my exams, and I don't want any gap years in my CV. So I also have done many externship in person rotations in between the preparation of my exams. And then I applied, this is my first math cycle. And after September 2021, I started receiving interviews. And I wanted to make sure that I took the right step. So my friend suggested me Residency Success interview preparation. So I reached out to Residency Success. And Dr. Mia Armstrong, she prepared me for the interviews, and a huge thanks to her because she walked me through the interview question and answers and how to deliver the answers and all those things. And so that I could, done all those interviews very well. And here I am, I matched to internal medicine in New York. Yeah, and little fun fact about me is that I painted the picture behind me. This is a hardwood flower. Yeah, that's the fun fact about me.
Thank you so much. Huge round of applause for you. I'm a fellow painter too, so we should chat about that someday.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Let's go to Dr. Abhishek Singh.
Sure. Hi, I'm Abhishek. So I'm a student of Dr. Patel. I did the research course with him, although I've benefited a lot from Dr. Datta's guidance as well, because we would have some of these sessions together. So I got him. I was interested in the course because I was just trying to flesh out my CV in all domains. Like I treated it like a checklist, like scores, okay, research, okay, hobbies, got them. So, and I was very new to research because I hadn't done anything related to it in my med school. And I can clearly say that it helped me a lot because in all of my interviews, it always came up. It always came up, especially because the kind of research that Dr. Patel teaches and that we do at Research Update is things like meta-analysis, is things like cross-sectional studies, observational studies. And those are difficult. They're not as simple as writing a case report or a literature review. So it's high quality research, and it does help you. About myself, I graduated last year, so I'm a fresh graduate. And I matched in internal medicine at St. Vincent Hospital in Worcester, Massachusetts. And I'm incredibly grateful to the team, both at Research Update and at Residency Success. I think they're super helpful, and they'll definitely get you where you want to be. Fun fact, I love playing squash, and I used to be a state level player, although I'm not as I don't go as often as I want to, but I still do play on the weekends.
Awesome. Let's go to Dr. Stephanie Alajo, but let's give him a huge round of applause. Very well spoken, and you can obviously see that he has presence when he speaks, so we're very proud of you. Dr. Alajo, joining us from Jamaica, please tell us about you and a quick fun fact and your journey.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Alajo. I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. I went to school here. Graduated in 2017. This is actually my second math cycle. The first one was, well, we know how that went. And then preparing for the second one, I went to a podcast by Dr. Datta, listening to her, reached out to her. We worked out the goals for this match cycle. She had connected me with Dr. Armstrong. Absolutely adore her. I'm a goal-oriented person, sorry. So once we were able to create a timeline, it was pretty much easy for me. I love the interview aspect of it. Gladys is actually on it. She was one of my interview partners. What else can I say about it? One of my interview was strictly about my personal statements. I'm really grateful for Saja, and I definitely have told Dr. Data about that. I matched to the University of Miami, Jackson. It was my first choice. And one fun fact about me is that I have a twin brother who's currently told me like he's ready. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Lita.
Thank you. All right. So do you guys have the twin connection? Like if he feels pain, you feel it. That happened?
I thought so in high school, but I don't know if that was just my mind playing tricks on me.
Okay, thank you so much for joining. Let's go to Dr. Lavanya.
Lavanya?
I think you're muted.
Lavanya?
Dr. Lavanya, you're muted, so you'll have to start over.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thanks for having me. And hi, Dr. Datta and Dr. Patel. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and congratulations all my friends for their success in their residency. So myself, I am Lavanya. I am from Southern India, and to tell about my journey, I graduated in 2009. And I did my MD internal medicine in 2015 from Andhra Pradesh. So after that, I was working as a physician over there. But then after my marriage, I came to United States. So I started pretty late in 2017, my USMLE journey. I didn't have any guidance, and there were very few seniors who I could approach. Then I gave my step 1 with 233 and step 2 248, and I had done my CS exam. Everything went pretty fast, but later then the real challenge has taken me a toll. So I had to face my recurrent miscarriages on my personal level, and then balance the match process. It was mentally so daunting that I felt so low, and I felt there was not enough confidence in me. Then I actually joined a program which will help me matching, but that didn't really help. Then I came to know about Research Update. As a big thank you for Dr. Urvish Patel, who actually, I would say that even though I have good average scores and I have MD internal medicine already on my CV, but I didn't have that confidence. I felt that I'm an old graduate and I'm not eligible to do the match. But I'm very fortunate to meet Dr. Urvish Patel, who really watched that. Why would you say your year of graduation is 2009? You did your MD internal medicine and you graduated in 2015. You can confidently say that you are a graduate of 2015, and having an MD internal medicine is not, it is an asset for you. That way he mentored my mind. I think that is a real, I could say that real game changer of developing my confidence and going to the interviews. This is my second cycle, and I matched into Guthrie Robert Packard Hospital. The main thing that changed is my interview preparation, which I dealt with, not a strategy like you do 3 points in 90 seconds, not like that. For every question, I really meditated on that, like what is the real answer? What is the genuine answer? And I prepared in my mother tongue, and then I delivered. And when they asked me, I genuinely had a conversation, not like a question and answer. This is the greatest change compared to my first cycle. So this one, this is my journey and I matched into my top choice. All I want to say that everything, all the logistics, your personal statement, CV, your what do you say, your ERA CV, everything is on one side, but your mental preparation and your confidence is the other side that would really drive to you to your success. That is my take. That is my lesson. And a fun fact about me is. Whenever I get stressed or whenever I feel tense, I start decluttering my home. I, take away all the old things. I declutter. I wash the dishes. I cook a good meal. I really love cooking. I will always try new recipes. That way, I feel so, refreshed and revived. Yeah, that's about me.
Congratulations. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Lavanya. Let's go to Dr. Priya Shanwai. She's one of our superstar matches for this year. Extremely proud of her. And one fun fact is I was born in the city that she's from as well. So we connected over that. I'll let her tell you her story.
Dr. Datta, for this opportunity to be on this side of the fence. I'm really sorry I have a bad sore throat. And let me know if I'm not audible. So I really was gargling the whole tonight just to be able to talk a little for this match party today. So a little bit about myself. I am from India. I am an old graduate. So speaking of red flags in this journey, I graduated in 2012 and completed anesthesiology residency from India. And before moving to the United States in 2017. The same thing, like having an anesthesiology background, which is very competitive in the United States. I had less information on this process. So yeah, it was my second cycle, and I'm glad that I found Dr. Datta with the help of a friend who matched in a very competitive specialty last year. So she said that if you want to try the uphill battle, you have to try using the best resources you can, and Residency Success and Dr. Datta is the best mentor. So she recommended, I blindly followed, and I think that's the best thing which happened for this cycle. All parts of my application were taken care of, especially the letters, the personal statement. But towards the end of, after submitting the application, when the interview cycle begins, I think that's very important because we need that honest, brute reviews. And to be honest, Dr. Datta was really strict. And I remember when I reached for my pre-match interview, I mean, it was the pre-match program, which I went for an in-person interview. I was preparing and practicing with Dr. Datta, and that really gave me a good insight on how to perform because it was virtual last year. So I was very nervous how the in-person interview would be like. But I think I was well prepared and confident that, and surprisingly, I got the offer letter right away. I was not sure what to do. I called her that, you know what, I just got the offer letter, now what to do? So yeah, so there have been lots of things which I was really happy for this season. Big part was mentored by Dr. Datta. I was glad to find a prelim position at the same hospital through the match, and I'm really excited to begin anesthesiology in the United States again. Thank you, Dr. Datta. Fun fact is, yeah, everybody loves to eat. I love to cook, eat, and also I love to share my food. So you'd see me just organizing get-togethers, and I'll be cooking for my friends. I love to make them eat what I cook. Thank you.
It sounds like we need to have a cooking party, but congratulations.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Pre-match, prelim year surgery, and then, pre-match anesthesia and prelim. They're extremely proud of you, okay? This is a Herculean feat. And I am not sorry that I was just done it. See what the results are here. All right, so let us go to Dr. Patel, who's the next person. Is it Sarai or Sarai?
Saril, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my name is Saral. I'm originally from India. I graduated in 2017. So I would say I started as a very ordinary candidate. I had low step 1 scores. My medical education was interrupted, and I just realized last year I didn't know much about this process of residency application, what they look for, and how you need to convey some specific information to program in order for them to trust you as a candidate. So last year, I put my heart to it. I took all the help I could from Dr. Patel, who was a cornerstone in teaching research methods and basically figuring out research. And that's where I got interested in research. And then I continued to pursue more research projects. Along with that, I also enrolled in a 1-year externship in psychiatry at Brookdale Hospital. So for past 3 years, I had like 3 interviews. This year I had 15 interviews, and I ended up matching at Tower Health, Drexel University College of Medicine. So I'm really thankful to everyone who helped me. What I need to tell all the prospective candidates is that, like others said, it's a game. Your CV and personal statement, what it's conveying, matters a lot. Program directors, they have years of experience. They'll just look at your CV and they'll figure out that either a new guy, you don't know anything, or whether you're an experienced candidate who will be a good fit for program and who will be able to handle everything. And when it comes to research, it's kind of a topping on the cake. If they feel you can't do the job, research won't matter. But if they feel you are good to do the job and then you have research, that's something that you can use to differentiate yourself from others and give them reason to choose you over others. So again, I think Dr. Patel is, and the course he offers is excellent for candidates who are who want to get into research and strengthen their CV. And I also heard a lot of good things about Dr. Datta and her mentorship. Unfortunately, I don't have any experience with her, but Dr. Patel always praises her, and she's another excellent source for interview preparation and mentorship. So all the candidates should look into both of these organizations. Fun fact about me is I'm a huge video game fan. I have like total of 10 TB of video games with me. So that's a fun fact about me. Thank you.
Thank you,
Congratulations,
Dr. Desai.
Sal. Yep.
Great.
And
Great
I
job.
think he's the one of the another candidate like Kun. He literally by heart learned the research. He was like a wounded lion in our group, like making sure that this year by hook or by crook, I want to do everything that I can, you know. So this is very good working with you guys, that you guys did one very wonderful job in terms of learning and projecting yourself. Yep.
Yeah, I'm so happy. You know why? Because we've changed. I mean, together, I think it's more than 300 candidates that match between the both of us, and we share a lot. That's 300 lives we changed and 300 doctors that are out in the field because of us. And I couldn't be prouder of everybody. Last but not least, I think we have Badi. He is someone I remember talking to when I was at the tail end of my commute last year. And she's a very funny personality, as you'll find out. So tell us a little bit about yourself and fun facts.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here, and I wanted to thank Dr. Dada for having this match party and guiding me through, this whole stressful process. And I matched into a rural family medicine program in Pennsylvania, and so it's a brand new program, and I'm excited to start there. A little bit about myself. I graduated in 2021, but I started my medical school journey like long time ago from Caribbean. I had low step 1 scores, and I also had gaps in my CV. In those gaps, I was studying for my comprehensive basic science exam, step 1, step 2, along with low step scores. So there's a lot of red flags. So by joining Residency Success, I was able to tailor all these red flags into things that made sense, and I was able to tell my story in a very personal way. And, Dr. Armstrong and Dr. Datta and Dr. Davis all played a huge role in guiding me through this process. And I'm just very grateful at this moment. So a fun fact about myself is I love watching anime and I also like to draw them. So it's something that I do when I'm stressed out. So yeah.
Huge congratulations, Gladys. It's funny, we have a video game enthusiast and an anime enthusiast. So video games, because I have two brothers, I was forced to play with them until they got too advanced. And the anime, I've watched a few, but kind of fun. This is so cool. Like everybody has so many different various hobbies, and I encourage you to keep them up on the side. Okay, because you're going to be burned out in residency, and always contact us if you need anything. I'll let
Dr. Gashau.
I'll let Dr. Patel kind of. Is there someone else?
Yes, we are
left
having
that-
Dr. Gashau Hassan.
Hi, Dr. Patel.
Hey, good
I
afternoon.
wasn't prepared. My video camera is not working, I think. But can I speak with
Yep.
audio only?
Yeah.
Hello, guys. Congratulations for everyone who has matched and then enjoying your post-match time. My name is Gashau Hassan, and I am one of the clinical research training program trainee with Dr. Patel. I heard a lot about your journey from each of you. Like it's great to hear like each journey has its own success stories, its own challenges, and its own lessons to learn. When it comes to my journey, I am an old grad, YOG 10 plus. That was a very big red flag. So, and this year, it was my second cycle to apply for residency. I tried my best to be a good candidate when it comes to research aspect. So I was working with Dr. Patel and had a few publications, two poster presentations and one oral presentation. Dr. Patel can say a lot about me. I always try to poke him, push like, what shall I do this one? Shall I do that one? And let's move on this topic or that topic. And during my time with Research Update, I feel more like I am an Indian, and then at times maybe like a Spanish guy. You can take me because I had a chance to know a lot of physicians from India. You can take like Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Juan Fernando. So we were able to collaborate and work on some literature reviews, original research, and have a publication together. So that helped me a lot to my application. And I think that helped me a lot to match it. So my match is to University of Maryland program. I matched to a preliminary program. I'm very happy for that. And I'm looking forward to work with you guys in the future. I could have said a lot, but I wasn't prepared. When it comes to the fun fact, I'm a kind of guy who loves traveling. Dr. You guys, Trevor now, the South African stand-up comedian, he used to say like, traveling is the best remedy for ignorance. So traveling is my hobby. I love to travel a lot. I have a transcontinental experience. I lived in Europe, visited Europe. Here in the US, I traveled a lot of states. So traveling is my hobby. And for you guys, for Dr. Patel, thank you very much for your contribution in enabling us to match and to be a good independent researcher. For the rest of you, I wish you good luck for your future residency and professional career. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Gashau. And he's
Thank
one
you.
more
Congratulations.
candidate like Kun, who even attended API and won the award in the API conference of Indian origin, being non-Indian. So these are all the candidates which we are proud on, and then who go to any extent to match. So again, they are like fighting against all the odds. So that's great actually.
It's really very, very amazing and sort of humbling to see how hard you're all to work. And for those who have not worked with us, I hope the candidates instilled some type of confidence in you about who we are. We really like to just help you one-on-one. It's not like a big, conference where we just play a video. It's a very personalized process. And it's not an easy process. You also have to take responsibility for your deadlines, okay? Like Dr. Patel said, same thing with us. You work with us. Yes, we're going to guide you, but you have to do the hard work, okay? And because you guys did the hard work, you're sitting here today, so I couldn't be prouder of everyone. Just keep in mind and spread the word. I'm trying to organize something most likely in September end for a ING sort of meet and greet in New York City. So if you would like to attend, just let us know, or invite your friends, invite everyone. It's a very central place to get to, so hopefully you can plan ahead, and you'll be in residency for at least 3 months by then, so you can arrange your schedule accordingly, okay? So we're gonna obviously join the alumni club now, keep in touch with each other and us. This is how you network, guys, okay? So right now you met what, at least 10, 12 of your colleagues? Stay in touch with them. Okay, anytime I have an anesthesia question, guess what I'm asking? I have a pediatric question. I have like 25 people I can call, right? So this is the way things work. And for those people who just disappear after their match, it's okay. We don't take it personally. But the thing is that like your personality to pay it back determines a lot, because residency is each one teach one, right? Medicine in general is each one teach one. So that's the way you should think about it. You reaching back and helping other people is karma points in the bank. So that's, I would like to end with that. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time, Dr. Dalmia, as well as Dr. Patel. The recording will be available to those who are here by emailing us at residencysuccess2000@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook. Same thing with Dr. Patel. We're happy to help you match next year. Congratulations again.
Congratulations, and see you soon. If you have any question, reach out to us anytime, and we are happy to help.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great weekend. Bye, guys. And
Bye,
thanks for coming to this platform and sharing your experience. Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for everything.